That's everybody. A moment of silence for Prodigy. Rest in peace, Prodigy. My
Rest
bad.
in peace, P.
Man, roll the clip. It's April 1996 and Capone and Noreaga released LA, featuring Mobb Deep and Tragedy Gaddafi, which is the second single off the War Report. The original version was released in 1995 as a response to the Dog Pound's New York, New York. The original recording was over the New York beat, but Marley Marl remixed the song when they couldn't clear the beat, and the official version was released in April of 1996. The original version of this song featured a verse from Prodigy, but was removed. It's October 27, 2006, and Prodigy and the Alchemist are arrested after being stopped by police officers when they drove up the wrong way on the street and then made a U-turn to secure a parking space. When police approached the vehicle, they allegedly saw Prodigy attempting to conceal a .22 caliber handgun in the SUV center console. It's March 7, 2011, and Prodigy is released from prison after serving 3 years for an illegal weapons possession. Upon his release, he begins getting ready to release his book that he's been working on for nearly 4 years. It's April 19, 2011, and Prodigy releases his book, My Infamous Life, and this is where the issues become public, as the book discussed many issues involving CNN, with the first issue starting with Havoc allegedly confronting Tragedy Gaddafi back in the day over Tragedy allegedly sleeping with Havoc's girl. P describes a physical altercation between Havoc and Tragedy Gaddafi, where Nori pulled out his gun and shot at the ground, and the bullet ricocheted and hit a member of Mobb Deep's entourage's leg. Prodigy then described an incident where Nori got jumped and robbed by Mobb Deep's entourage, which led to Ty Nitty, a member of Mobb Deep's entourage, getting shot by Nori's people. And if things couldn't get any worse, there's a part of the book where P alleges that Capone snitched on Havoc's brother, Killa Black. Now, Prodigy doubled down on the Capone allegations the day before the book came out in an interview with Complex. He describes Capone taking the stand against Havoc's brother. He says they didn't want to believe it. They all like Capone. P says he doesn't know why Capone did it and knew he would be upset with P talking about it in his book. But P believes he should be more upset that he snitched and not about P talking about his life. He said he has no beef with Capone, but he needs to face the man in the mirror. It's April 21st, 2011, and Prodigy appears on The Breakfast Club and talks Capone snitching.
Havoc's brother had murdered somebody, you know what I mean? And through the lawyer, we had found out that there was a witness. Somebody was snitching, basically.
Right.
And, you know, we didn't know who it was. Like, during the trial, when we went to trial, we were all sitting in the courtroom waiting to see who the snitch is going to be.
Right.
And Capone walks out on the stand, you know what I'm saying? And points out Havoc's brother.
Nori also appeared on The Breakfast Club that same day to address the shooting and Capone snitching allegations.
Prodigy say he beat you up, Nori. I don't believe it.
Nori just learned how to fight. Back then, Nori was a shooter. He said it. He said it. And you, I like the way you put it. You try to snitch ass. I like the way you put it, but you know, let me just be clear. That's my dude right there. You know what I'm saying? He trying to sell his book. So he's throwing a couple of jabs. That's hot.
Now, what about the Capone incident where he said Capone, told on the stand?
Oh, Capone is a grown man. You know what I'm saying? He a grown man. I wasn't there. I'm from Left Rack City, 97-30, 57 Avenue, apartment 5E. That's some Queensbridge thing. I wasn't around.
Now, Nori, you and Capone did a lot of dirt with each other back in the day.
Listen. Let me finish. I wasn't around there.
Okay.
Right? But if that was the case, then why is it 7 Mobb Deep and Capone-N-Noreaga records that exist? If a dude snitch on my man, I ain't hanging with him.
Right. Word.
Let alone getting in the studio with him. So where's your integrity at, my brother?
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Because me personally, a dude snitch on my dead cat, my my cat. Meow. You snitch on my cat. And I'm not hanging out with you. You feel me? Let alone doing a record with you, smoking with you, drinking with you, hitting things from the back with you. But I can't speak on it because I wasn't there. I only speak about the situations that I was there. P is my man. I understand he's trying to sell a book.
That same day, Nori does an interview with MTV News and corrects Prodigy's account of how the LA song came about. Prodigy had stated the LA song was originally a Mobb Deep song. Nori responds by saying, "Now is he delusional? Have you ever seen the record ever been credited as Mobb Deep featuring CNN?" Nori says Prodigy had Loud Records remove his verse from the song. Loud called us and said you have to make sure that Prodigy verse doesn't exist. What happened was, in between that time, Pac dropped Hit 'Em Up and said, "Mobb Deep, don't one of you dudes got sickle cell?" In Prodigy's book, he criticized Jay-Z for not standing up to Pac, but Nori says, so even when he said he was mad at Jay-Z for not representing New York, he's delusional. LA wasn't him. That wasn't his idea. That was a Capone and Noreaga tragedy thing. It's April 24th, 2011, and Capone appears on Forbes DVD and disses Prodigy.
What up? It's your boy Paul, man. We gonna keep everything from before. Talking to you, Pussy P. Corinne Stephens. You talk about crimes that's unsolved, my nigga. What's wrong with you? Look where I'm at. What you want me to do? Walk around this bitch? I ain't got to prove that you are from QB or my niggas hold me down in my hood, nigga. I've been this bitch dolo, nigga, on a beach chair before anything happened to me in my motherfucking hood, nigga. Let me tell you something, man. Niggas don't rat on my side, man. Listen, man, you a f***ing but at the end of the day, I ain't even gonna call you all that because we got a lot of things in store for you. This is just the beginning. Act 1.
It's April 25th, 2011, and Prodigy calls in to Funk Flex to address the Capone beef.
I feel that, he's probably upset because, the truth of the matter came out now, as far as what happened with Havoc's brother and the whole case thing. It's sad that it went down the way it went down. We didn't ask Capone to do that. You know what I mean? We had nothing to do with his decision making. Like, his decision making is based upon, his decisions, that's in his head. And, really he has to take that up with himself at the end of the day. And it's the same thing with him. It's like, in no way, shape, or form was I trying to be disrespectful or to target him or ruin somebody's career. That wasn't my intentions at all. My intentions was just tell the story how it went down and how it is. And it just so happens to be that that's how it played out. And, it's sad that it happened like that because, he was a friend of ours, from the neighborhood, in Queensbridge where, that whole hood accepted me. And, Pone was one of those people, that showed me love when I came in. So I had that same love for him. So when the situation went down, it saddened all of us. It saddened Havoc and everybody in the team. Was just like, wow, that's bad. Like, why did you do that? You know what I mean? And now, of course, we didn't want that to happen, but that's just how it happened. You know what I mean?
It's May 5th, 2011, and Capone appears on Forbes DVD to address Prodigy and the snitching allegations. Capone says he got caught in a situation and gave a false statement, and he lied. He didn't incriminate anyone. He said when Killa Black came home, they kicked it and there were no problems. Capone claims Killa Black came home because Capone went on the stand and lied, and his lie actually helped Killa Black. He says there were other incidents in the Mobb Deep CNN era that made them not cool, but this was not the situation. It's May 10th, 2011, and Prodigy tweets Nori to address their beef. Prodigy says, "I don't know why people are saying I beat Noreaga up. Ha, that's not what my book says, and that's not what happened. Read before you speak. I never said we won or lost in that confrontation either. Shit happened and I told the story. That's what autobios are about. Real life." Nori ends up tweeting Prodigy back, "My brother," and there appears to be some reconciliation. It's May 12, 2011, and Prodigy breaks down his 25 most essential songs with Complex. Prodigy talks about taking his verse off LA because it was too crazy for that song. and instead he put it on Live Ninja Rap 2 days later. He goes on to say that Nori tried to steal his style. It's June 2nd, 2011. Forbes DVD releases a new Capone clip dissing Prodigy.
Yeah, Capone. One half of shit in that Thug Devil Entertainment, Pain Channel, Glory Enterprise, QB. That's the bullshit I'm on. And you ain't from QB, homie.
It's August 17, 2011, and Nori appears on The Breakfast Club and talks about the shooting and Prodigy's book.
Why wouldn't Paul want to come to QB? Because of the snitching rumors? Or?
Well, let me just tell you something. Capone is not no sucker at all. Capone is very well respected in that hood. To me...
Yeah, Prodigy snitched on him in the book, too. He went around slicing people in the face.
Okay. Yeah, Prodigy said my name. I don't know why he wouldn't have did that. You know what I mean? Because I don't even want to get him out of this hot water. I think that now it's his term. You know, she knows how to reach him. You know, maybe he could get the explanation. Maybe he'll give it to the public because I deserve the phone call. Like, I've been there, stand beside that man through this whole drama, that whole Prodigy thing that Prodigy's talking about. Look, Prodigy's not lying. He's saying that it was over Havoc and Capone's drama. Right. This was never me and Prodigy's beef. I stepped in like a man. Like, I'm not even from this
for your
hood.
brother, right?
And I go back to it's 10 years later. The beef has been back at night.
Reignited,
you know what I mean? Because of what Prodigy is saying. And you mean to tell me you're not going to stand next to me?
That same year, Mobb Deep does an awkward interview with Red Bull Music Academy where CNN is brought up.
CNN, Capone-N-Noreaga, yes. This is interesting. Are we reading his mind? He won't let us know. He's smiling, though. Anyone else? CNN? Someone keeps saying CNN. Interesting, CNN. Interesting.
Yeah,
very interesting on many levels, some of which we don't necessarily need to get into here.
Right.
What do you remember about you guys are coming up and then other groups like CNN and our dear friend Traj, you know, that whole movement? What was it like with all that stuff kind of coming up in the wake?
You know, it was flattering. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, they from the hood too, so you can't knock nobody hustle. You know what I'm saying? And from day one, we wished them all the best. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, they trying to, you know, do what we doing. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I always was hoping that it worked for them, and it did in a way with the War Report, like a classic album. You know what I'm saying? And they Queens brothers, so you know we was fucking with them at that time.
They was fucking with them at that time. Give it up for fucking with them at that time. But you know that's definitely a classic album, and it fits into the era that you guys ushered in. So
right, exactly.
I'm glad I can ask Prodigy questions that the audience can answer for us. Thank you very much for that.
It's April 9th, 2012, and Havoc's Twitter sends out a bunch of disses towards Prodigy, saying, Prodigy, we got a meeting. Let's see if you built to show your face. Prodigy a bitch, and I'm gonna show it. Follow groundbreaking news. I got ninjas in the jail system to back up that Prodigy was f***ing Holmes in jail. Prodigy, prove me wrong, please. I have a big announcement, and ninjas that was locked with him know the truth. Now I will silence and let the jails take care of the rest. That's on everything. I had to smack P, ask him, Prodigy, you pussy, you Long Island ass bitch, I'm about to expose you. That same month, there would then be leaked audio of Havoc talking about Prodigy. The Breakfast Club asked Nori to verify Havoc's voice.
Now, Nori, we need you to identify. I don't know if you know what's going on with the Havoc and Nori beef. We have some audio of Havoc, and I need you to tell us if it's actually him.
All right, I don't know if I'm qualified, but I'll take the job.
All right, here we go.
I'm not going to pay people a man like that, but I'm just saying, look, your son, look, watch, and then this in the jail come out from the woodworks, and they're going to tell you what the this was doing. He gave. I had to smack him like a month and a half ago. He was doing South by Southwest.
Is that Havoc, Nori?
Yo, all right, let me weigh it in, man.
Okay, weigh it in.
I would say that is absolutely Havoc.
Thank you very much, Nori.
Okay.
Nori, what's your take on this beef with Mobb Deep? Do you know anything about it behind the scenes?
Again, I'm not qualified to answer these questions, but I will take the job.
No, you know why you're qualified? Because Nori shot somebody.
Let him take the job. What do you think?
This is the 1 year anniversary of Nori shot somebody, so I'm drinking wine right now, 8:30. But what do I think? I think that it happens with groups. I think that it happens, things like this been happening over years. You've been hearing rumors. And even though, you know, he probably going to come and he's going to deny it, I think that the cat will be let out the bag very soon.
Did you hear any rumors about Prodigy getting banged out in prison?
No, I didn't. This is dope. That is dope.
Thank you, Nori. Appreciate you, Nori.
All right, good looking.
That same month, Nori appears on Vlad TV and addresses his comments on The Breakfast Club about Prodigy's sexuality, and he admits that he only did it to take a few shots back at Prodigy, and he doesn't know anything about it. It's May 2012, and Prodigy appears on Vlad TV to talk about the comments that Nori made, and Prodigy says he has no issues with Nori, but Nori doesn't like him because of what he said in the book. That is true, but Nori did not want that information out there in the public. P says he's always been cool with Nori even after all the shootings and jumpings. He always embraced Nori and says he's not a snitch because no one got arrested. It's March 18, 2013, and Nori releases his song Built Pyramids with Large Professor, and Prodigy makes a guest appearance in the music video showing things between the two are actually good. The video shows the two seeing each other, and what appears to be a confrontation waiting to happen leads to them embracing each other instead. It's April 5th, 2013, and Nori appears on Vlad TV and says he spoke with Havoc and Prodigy separately and advised them to repair their friendship before focusing on Mobb Deep. Nori goes on to say how Prodigy talking about the shooting story actually makes Ty Nitty and Karate Joe look bad, and he would have never put that story out, and it makes Queensbridge overall look bad. He also believes the book hurt Havoc. That same month, Nori appears on The Breakfast Club to discuss the beef between Prodigy and Capone.
And you got the crew back together, the camouflage unicorns with.
I got Trash. I haven't spoken to Trash in a long time, and I wanted to restore like the CNN feeling a little bit. So I called. Well, I got the beat first, and then Havoc. Havoc came to the studio and did it in the studio with me there.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah. Are you trying to do some Queens project like with everybody?
No, somebody just offered me a Mobb Deep Capone-N-Noreaga project, but I don't think none of us is going to do it.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think that's going to happen because Capone and Prodigy still got a conversation to have or something. I don't really want nothing to do with that, but it's in the air.
But there's things
I did see Prodigy though. We cool, we straight.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's things that happen though, because like you guys might have to perform on the same bill.
Touch that.
But it's all old beef.
That's what I'm saying. It's so old. Like
at the end of the day,
imagine if y'all could do like a Queens Day.
Yeah,
and everybody come out.
It would be dope. But Queens, like we're better with no unity. Like when I look at LA and you see how all the LA artists beef with all the LA artists, it reminds me of Queens. You know what I'm saying? Like none of us really get along. Like I get along with everybody because I'm the dude that I just want to be drunk and smoke cigarettes and have fun. You know what I'm saying? And so I get along with everybody, but our borough just has never been like that.
It's May 21st, 2013, and Nori appears on This Is 50 to address the Prodigy beef.
Yeah, me and P is cool. We just was at Bonton together, right? Bonton? That's my new shit, girl. You ate Bonton?
No, I haven't.
They got cane and they chicken.
No, nigga, I want to go there.
It's either cane or Jesus Christ makes the chicken and then sends it down to them everywhere. But me and P, we just went to Bonton's. We drank a couple of gallons of beer. Like it was never no beef. You know what I'm saying? Like he said something in his book. My part, I can't tell you his whole book is full of lies. But my part was
a little fabricated.
Was fabricated.
But what's the deal with books? It's all about like embellishing.
Yeah. So we don't even got to get into that. You know what I'm saying? Man, me and the nigga cool. It's squad. We on some Queen shit. You know what I'm saying? But him and Capone, that's the only part I can't fix. I don't think Capone wants to squash. No, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's Queensbridge shit. I'm from Left Rack City, 20 minutes away. You know what I'm saying? 97-30 57th Avenue, apartment 5E. You figure some of that Corona, New York, 11368. That's where I'm from.
Right.
I got love and respect for Queensbridge, but I do not get involved with Queensbridge drama. It's just that's not proper etiquette. That's not proper street etiquette. You know, street etiquette is y'all beefing, y'all niggas in Baisley, y'all niggas beef. That's y'all beef. Y'all niggas in Flatbush, y'all got beef, that's y'all beef. You know what I'm saying? But there you go, there you have it. So
it's June 11th, 2013, and Prodigy appears on This Is 50 and talks about the Capone beef.
I talked to Noreaga. Noreaga says you and him is cool. Y'all went to Bonton. and y'all drank it up. Y'all ate it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Said the chicken was good that day.
Yep.
And y'all inside videos together.
We was telling old stories, just crazy. We had a bunch of laughs. We was kicking it that day, word.
So when you gonna make up with Capone though, man? When y'all gonna get it back together, dog? If you could say anything to Capone right now, what would you say?
Nothing. I don't got nothing to say to him. We was cool back in the days, you know what I'm saying, when we was younger. Yeah, but I'm
And you want to keep it like that?
I'm a grown-ass man right now, so it's, things change. I wish him the best.
And just as simple as that.
Yeah, that's it.
As far as we gonna go with it.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Stay over there, I stay over here. Don't cross them lines. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, man.
It's June 30th, 2013, and Prodigy addresses the backlash from his book while on The Breakfast Club.
Now, after all the backlash from the first autobiography, did you feel like you had to check, like, okay, let me at least let, Havoc know what's going to be in this book before I put it out and make sure he's cool with it? Did you do that this time around?
Nah. I ain't checking with nobody. It's my story. It's my life. You know what I mean? So I ain't gotta check with nobody.
You think there's going to be things in there that are going to upset people again?
Maybe because I keep it funky.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely keep it funky.
So if somebody ain't moving right, then that's their fault.
It's January 14, 2014, and Havoc talks about Prodigy's book on The Breakfast Club.
Did you read Prodigy's book?
I read some of it. You know what I'm saying?
How actual and factual was it?
I just, I say this, that, a lot of this stuff is his take on it.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it, some of it, I could be like, well, the story is wasn't like that. But, when you try to think back in history, we don't all get the story right. You know what I mean? But, I'm not knocking him for his book. You know what I'm saying? That's how he saw it. I'm like, all right, cool. It's all good.
Did you feel like he was dry snitching?
Nah, I ain't gonna say that about the homie because that's my brother. I mean,
nobody's going to go to jail off anything he put in that book.
right?
So
You know what I'm saying? He was just telling his story. You know what I'm saying?
It's April 1st, 2014, and Mobb Deep appear on The Breakfast Club and talk Nori and Prodigy's book. It's May 1st, 2014, and Nori says Capone wants to fight Prodigy. It's August 28, 2014, and Capone and Noreaga appear on The Breakfast Club and address Prodigy. The interview goes on to address more of Prodigy's book, and it's revealed there was a rumor Capone was f***ing Havoc's girl, which Capone denies actually doing so. It's July 13, 2015, and Prodigy does an interview with Nightcap with Peter Bailey and talks about mistakes he's made.
Just, being outspoken, being outspoken with my opinions and all that. Whether it be political stuff or, other rappers, just speaking my mind about, I don't like this one, I don't like that one. You gotta be careful how you do it because, number one, let's talk about the rappers. You could piss a lot of people off and just for no reason. You could have just avoided that. You just making a mess. To me, I feel like I made a big mess in my career. Even though it is what it is, I wouldn't take nothing back. Yeah. You know what I mean? It made me who I am today and what I am today. But at the same time, I feel that a lot of stuff I could have just kept to myself. You know what I mean? Just because it's just nonsense. You know what I mean? We could avoid that wherever possible. Because a lot of stuff does have to be spoken on, you know what I'm saying? And you do have to be outspoken about a lot of things, but you got to choose your battles wisely, you know what I'm saying? And that's where, I made a lot of mistakes in my life with that, you know what I mean? Because it was just a lot of nonsense. And as far as the artists in the game, to me, I started looking at it like, why am I beefing with my coworkers? I got to work with these people. You know what I'm saying? We got to do festivals, we got to do shows, we got to do this, that, and the third, and I got to see these artists all the time. So why am I making it something out of nothing? I'm just making a tense situation out of nothing. Everybody feels uncomfortable when we're around each other now, or somebody might feel like they got to do something, or they homeboy want to feel like they taking up for their man or whatever. It's just unnecessary. And I had to tone that down a lot. You know what I mean?
It's November 25th, 2015, and Nori says Capone still wants to fight Prodigy. Nori says Capone is about his money, but he still wants his 5 minutes with Prodigy. DJ Envy asks what if Prodigy doesn't want to fight Capone, and Nori says then Prodigy should say that even though he thinks as a man, Prodigy should give him 5 minutes. But if he doesn't want to fight, then he should say, I don't want to fight, but I want it to be over. And Capone should respect that. But DJ Envy doesn't think Capone will respect it. He thinks Capone really does want his 5 minutes. It's April 15, 2016, and Capone appears on Drink Champs and talks Mobb Deep.
What's going on is that Mobb Deep affiliate, manager, whoever, sent the email out that whenever they doing shows, if Capone and Noreaga bill on the bill, they're not gonna do the motherfucking show.
I did hear about that.
Point blank. And you know what? At the end of the day, to get back to what NRE asked PONE, I'ma say it like this. When I first heard this shit, I was like, word? But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not here to say, like, you know, them niggas is trying to fuck niggas money up or whatever, because you can't. We gonna get money regardless.
Talk about it.
But one thing that's different between niggas is that we would never do that to them.
That's a fact.
And that's the thing, like, we would never go out and say, yo, if Mobb Deep on the bill, CNN ain't gonna show up. And to me, that makes me think the other team think they got the upper hand, which is not true. You know, you can tell a promoter you don't want to do a show with me on the 10th, but I'm gonna do the show on the 15th. One thing you gotta realize is that when you grow up a certain way, you don't do a certain thing.
That's right.
And that's one thing you don't do. You don't stop a nigga from feeding his family. You don't try to stop a nigga from doing that. We can have beef. We're gonna shoot at each other on each other corner. So both our corners is hot. I'm not gonna just come and shoot on your block, and then when you come shoot on my block, it's like I did something foul. I ain't do nothing foul. I'm just answering what you doing. You know what I'm saying? But you know, to take it on another level, at the end of the day, it's all love, man. We gonna come to Miami. You know, we got something going on, then we're gonna come back and we're gonna come to their show and show us all love, you know what I'm saying? Mobb Deep, CNN for presidents, you know what I'm saying?
Wait. So what you're saying is there's no beef?
It's no beef with me, man. Like, I don't want to see Prodigy and do nothing to him. I know I may have said that in the past, but you know, you gotta grow and get money, you know what I'm saying?
But you would pull him to the side and be like,
why not? Why wouldn't I?
What's going on
in my
here,
nature.
bro?
Why wouldn't I? That's in my nature.
I'm just saying, like, that needs
you
to
think
happen.
a nigga gonna say something about me and they gonna get chastised and reprimanded?
But you gonna handle it as a man, be like, yo, my man.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. Like, I'm not a little kid. I'm not here to play little kid games with you. I'm not here to have shootouts with you and all that, because I hit niggas.
Right.
That's what we do. We ain't trying to be sitting here like pow, 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 pow. Nah, niggas, bang, gone. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So I don't want that. He don't want that. So let's talk like men and get money, nigga.
It's June 30th, 2016, and Havoc appears on Drink Champs and discusses the issues between Mobb Deep and CNN. They discuss Prodigy's book and how Havoc respects what P said, even though he didn't agree with it. He confirms there's no issues between Mobb Deep and CNN, and they even discuss the shooting that took place, and Nori says he was shooting around Havoc and Prodigy and he would never shoot at them. Nori says he took Prodigy speaking about the shooting as a little disrespect because he would never discuss something like that publicly. It's September 9th, 2016, and Nori is on The Breakfast Club talking about Prodigy's book again. DJ Envy asks if Nori is going to write a book because he has so many stories. Nori reveals he's already started the process but has to start over because when he originally started, he was doing it from a place of malice to respond to Prodigy's book. He even sent part of it to Charlemagne, but he realized after reading it over that he didn't like the space he was in. It's October 12, 2016, and Prodigy says he doesn't care about the backlash from his book while on Rap Radar.
And you dropped your first book, man. That shook the world up, man. Why was it important for you to be so honest and just really just no prisoners, take no prisoners, and just really bear it all out?
I mean,
and tell your truth.
I wanted to tell I don't want nobody else telling my story. You know what I'm saying? That's how I looked at it. Like, I don't want nobody else being able to tell my story. You know what I'm saying? While I'm still alive, I'm gonna tell my story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, it was a lot of shit that happened that I just needed to get off my chest. And I think that people needed to know. Like, wow, I'm sure a lot of our fans was curious about a lot of shit. A lot of decisions that we made, a lot of different things, decisions I made. You know what I'm saying? I know our fans was like, well, why did this happen? Like, why, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things probably made people not like us anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of decisions and a lot of just moves that was happening. A lot of people didn't like us because of the G-Unit move that we did. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I wanted to explain a lot of shit so people could understand the mentality, our mentality, my mentality, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, to me, I think I did a pretty good job, you know what I mean? A lot of people was upset about it, but actually, I honestly don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Well, only Nori was really probably the most vocal at that time, but
yeah, I mean, whatever, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
It's December 21st, 2016, and Prodigy talks about his relationship with Nori on the Premium Pete show.
Yeah, how about Nori? How's your relationship with Nori now?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Nori's cool. I don't have no problem with Nori. You know what I'm saying?
He's got a podcast, you know?
Yeah.
I wonder if you ever show up there. Two things I wonder if I ever see. Prodigy on the Drink Champs podcast, which should happen maybe, you know.
It's a possibility.
It should happen. Shouts to Nori, shouts to Drink Champs.
Yeah.
Or y'all sign into Mobb Deep sign into Rock Nation. Imagine that.
Now that laugh would be
Yo, if I see that fucking picture on Instagram of Hav on left, you on the right, and Hov in the middle, I'm fucking deleting my account.
I ain't gonna front. I like them Rock Nation hats.
Yo, they are dope, man.
They got a dope logo.
Yeah, that shit is dope, man.
That logo is fly, yo.
It's February 24th, 2017, and Nori says he called the goons off Prodigy in Miami. Nori tells a story of Prodigy being at Akinelli's club and being informed by Akinelli that Prodigy was there. Nori bought him a drink and told Akinelli to tell Prodigy it's over. Nori was rolling 30 deep and his young boys asked him, "Are you sure you don't want to drag him down the stairs?" And Nori said, "Not only are you not going to touch him, but you're gonna show him respect because you guys were Mobb Deep fans before and it shouldn't change just because we had a misunderstanding." It's June 20th, 2017, and Prodigy passes away from what the coroners determined to be accidental choking. Prodigy was in Las Vegas and the weather reached up to 110 degrees, forcing him to leave a fan meet and greet early, where he stayed at the hospital for days until his death. He was only 42 years old. Rest in peace, Albert Prodigy Johnson. It's June 29th, 2017, and Drink Champs does a special episode in memory of Prodigy. Nori has a special conversation with Rob Markman.
Nori, man, I want to add one thing if I may, man, and I don't know what y'all discussed, man, because I'm just jumping in on this conversation.
Right.
But, you know, your and Prodigy's relationship was very, very important because I think we can all learn something from your and Prodigy's relationship. There's no secret that you admired him and you know, and he had an admiration for you, but there was times in y'all lives when y'all didn't necessarily see eye to eye.
Right.
Y'all wasn't clicking.
Right.
I've had personal conversations with you about P and how you wish things could be better when they weren't better.
Right.
And I've had conversations with P about you, and he's expressed to me personally, and I don't want to betray his confidence, rest in peace, but he did expressed to me personally, at least I know that he was proud of you when you went out and did this Drink Champs thing.
Right.
And how your career went.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that when he passed, the fact that you two guys were in good standing, you know, and is important. So everybody listening, man, like, you know, give the people the flowers while they can still smell them. A lot of the problems that we have with each other may be petty. And I know you King Petty, Nori, but you know, when it's important, we can get past the pettiness and really show each other love. And the fact that you and him, you know, when he passed, were in a good place, man, that means a lot. So to others listening, man, like, get in a good place with your people, man, because you never know, man. Tomorrow's not promised.
Yeah.
And a lot of these problems we can overcome for real.
Yeah. Well, make some noise for Rob Markman, everybody. Yo, thank you, Rob. I'm gonna hit you up later.
It's July 5th, 2017, and a mural of Prodigy is unveiled on the wall of a building across the street from the Queensbridge houses where Prodigy spent time growing up. Unfortunately, the mural was vandalized with white paint less than 24 hours after the unveiling. The artists Jeff Henriquez and Elie Lazar quickly fixed the mural within 15 hours, only to have it defaced again, this time with red paint, forcing the artist to remove the mural altogether, and it was replaced with black paint. It's July 27th, 2017, and Nori appears on The Breakfast Club and talks about Prodigy's mural and book.
Now, why did they keep defacing Prodigy's mural? I'm not qualified to speak on that, but it came from shout out to Beanie Siegel. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I remember that interview. But it came from a big homie that's in jail that don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? And when, like, see, I know you always big up Prodigy's book, but Prodigy's book hurt a lot of people. Dead, in jail, alive, and the guy that's up north, he's a respectable guy. And everybody respects him, and he sent the word and it's official. So
you know, at first we just thought it was kids just randomly doing it.
No.
You could tell that was done like on some personal attack though.
So in that situation, I'm not really qualified to speak on, but that's what I heard, and it's unfortunate, but that's why, you know,
that book was a little loose. You know what I'm saying? But God bless him though.
It's July 28th, 2017, and Nori does an interview with Hot 97 about Prodigy's last days.
So Onyx performed right after Mobb Deep. So as soon as Prodigy and Havoc gets off stage, I'm the first person they see. So I gave them a 5. I gave Havoc a 5, and Havoc gave me the fan 5. You know what the fan 5 mean? That's like, and he just kept walking. And Havoc stopped, was like, oh.
Didn't realize it was you.
Nori. And I'm like, yo, y'all got no excuse tonight. I'm getting both of y'all drunk. So they both laughed. We got it on film, by the way. They both laughed, and then P said, yo, I got you, my brother, but I'll be right back. I'm not feeling well. But I heard him say this on tour for 20 years.
I'm not feeling well.
Yeah, so I wasn't alarmed at all. You know what I'm saying? Havoc came back, and when Havoc came back, it was the exact moment I had to hit the stage. So Onyx is like, you're on the wrong side. Like, they came and got me. It was like, what are you doing? You're on the wrong side. And it was like, I was in the wrong state, performed at the wrong time, just to see Prodigy's last moments. I feel like God put me there to see, you know, and give him that last hug. You know what I mean? And I honored that because I stayed in Vegas 3 days after that. When they pronounced that he was dead, God bless the dead. When they pronounced he was dead, I was out there in Las Vegas with Godfather Part 3. I spoke to Todd Nitty. I spoke to Twin Gambito. These are people I haven't spoke to in years. And I just, you know, I just expressed my love and my support that, you know, I would be there. You know what I mean? I would be there. And it was an unfortunate situation. I couldn't believe it. But the one thing that I am grateful for is that I got to see him. We got to squash our thing. We hung out New Year's Eve for 16 hours. And then I got to see him in his last moments. And I cherish that for the rest of my life.
It's August 4th, 2017, and Nori does an interview with All Hip Hop expressing concern for Havoc.
You know, I'm worried about Havoc right now, you know what I'm saying? Because I know him and I haven't seen him since Prodigy passed without glasses on. And that's like a clear message, you know what I'm saying? So I want to be there for him. I haven't hit him as much as I should, but I will. You know, New York, I can't think in New York. I got to get back to Miami. I'm going to be honest. That's fucked up. You know, it's fucked. I'm a New Yorker, all right? But I'm going to be honest. I need a little bit of sun. I've been on the road for 5 weeks. I need a little bit of sun and a little bit of relaxation. I cannot relax in New York, but Havoc, wherever you're at, I want to send my love.
It's February 21st, 2018, and Havoc appears on Drink Champs to honor Prodigy.
And God bless you for being a little emotional. I can feel Prodigy watching us right now. Like I can feel him. Like I literally can feel that.
Right.
Like I can feel him saying, "Oh, look at these niggas, they holding me down."
You know, before he passed, like you said, he was right there.
Yeah, I was right there.
The craziest thing. And I remember you was shooting the food show.
And look at that part of me for cutting your wisdom. But I said to him, I said it to you too. I said, I'm getting you drunk tonight, both of y'all niggas drunk tonight. No excuse. And you said, I'm coming back, right? And you know what he said? God bless. He said, I ain't feeling that good tonight. But I've been hearing him say that for 15 years on the road. So I felt like it was always that was his way of like, yo, chill, let me relax. And so I didn't figure out nothing. So when I heard you say that same story, I was like, holy shit! Because he said to you he didn't feel good that night or something like that.
But it was
like I said, I heard that so many times.
It's September 28th, 2020, and Capone does an interview with Talib Kweli and talks LA.
We did LA. A lot of people thought that was Mobb Deep record for a while.
Right, because P-Verse was...
Yeah, because P-Verse was on
very prominent.
Yeah, and then he talked about LA. And then P wound up taking his verse off because it was some shit going on with him. And he took his verse off, and Hav was like, no, I'm going to stay on because we a team. You know what I'm saying? We Queens, we repping. Hav stayed on the joint. And, you know, people... Even though Pete took his verse off, it was still 2 versions out there.
Right.
So
you bringing me back. I forgot.
Yeah, it was number time. It was 2 versions out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was people that until we dropped the record as Capone-N-Noreaga, it was Mobb Deep's record that people thought it was. So even when Pac heard it, he thought it was Mobb Deep record. That's why he went at Mobb Deep. He thought that was their record.
It's October 24th, 2020, and Nori talks LA on an episode with Mike Geronimo and Royal Flush. Nori says LA was his idea. He was played New York by a friend, but they couldn't tell if the dog pound was dissing New York or not. He ends up at Capone's house, and Tragedy Gaddafi calls Mobb Deep, and they all end up at Stretch Armstrong's place. Nori and Capone are at the tunnel and tell Biggie that they responded, and Biggie says, "We are not going to use that song for the Bad Boy mixtape." He didn't want anything to do with dissing the West Coast. Stretch Armstrong believed it was a hit and took a loan in order to put the song out on white label. The reason why Nori told the story was to clear it up that it wasn't Prodigy's idea to make the song LA. It's November 2020, and Nori appears on My Expert Opinion and talks about his relationship with Prodigy and why he always joked about the book when he was alive, and even now after his death. He says their friendship was like that, where they could make fun of each other. Nori says he never does it with malice, and he will always continue to big up Prodigy. It's November 21st, 2020, and Tragedy Gaddafi is on Drink Champs and talks about LA.
I'm balling. I'm gonna keep it green, cause I listen to Prodigy again. I read interviews.
You ready? You ready for this? All right.
Hold on, wait. I read interviews where he kind of tried to take credit for LA.
Prodigy did.
Yeah, man. Playing times. Notice Havoc never did that. There's a reason why Havoc never did that. Because there's a connection there and that's not to say me and Havoc always got along.
Right.
The same way me and him didn't always get along. But there's a reason why Havoc never did that, because...
So let's be clear, Prodigy did not want to be on the record.
He did not want to be on the record.
Because of the politics of what was going on?
I don't even know why. I don't care why. Listen. Let's get through this shit, man. I'm not gonna have... Listen, man. I'm not disrespectful, because I'll be looked at as being a damn dash nigga.
Right.
Because I'm passionate. You said it earlier. I'm very passionate. I'm passionate for this shit, man. You understand? I've been doing this shit since I was 11 years old, bro.
I'll be passionate.
Wait, hold on, Paul Self.
Okay.
Not to cut you, only add on.
I don't know.
Bro, you took your verse off of LA. How you gonna sit here and try to take credit for this shit, bro? And I never said nothing. Not one time. I don't get emotional like that.
Can you tell me if I'm wrong? What happened was the day before we were shooting the video, Steve Griffin called you and they said Prodigy did not want to be a part of it.
That's a fact,
right?
That's a fact, Steve Griffin called me. That's a fact.
Hit 'em Up came out that night.
That's right.
Tupac.
Yep.
They came out that night. So we filmed the video, that was on a Friday. So we filmed the video on a Saturday. On a Saturday, I spoke about this on my Geronimo video because I was so mad. I want to be in Queensbridge. But we went to Queensbridge, we filmed the video, and then Pete showed up. But he showed up because Pac had just dropped. You niggas got sick of self.
Yeah.
You died for me.
This ain't Prodigy.
He took his verse off. And I was like, dude, cool. You can take your verse off, but the way he did the hook was so in the pocket. I was like, yo, you can't take that from me. Because this is going to line my niggas up. Am I lying?
No, you're talking about.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm talking about. Hold on.
I was like, yo, we need this alley-oop. And that's why he wanted to take his verse and his hook off, which I didn't understand until later, because what he did was the verse he put on LA, he put on a Nas record.
It's March 2021, and Capone appears on Hip Hop Uncensored and talks about Prodigy.
What are your thoughts on Prodigy and Mobb Deep? Obviously, passed away, but at one point, you guys, I think he wrote about you in a book or something like that. What do you, and that you guys everybody's older now in hindsight.
Yeah, I mean, like, at the end of the day, at first, I was like, this nigga crazy. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I understand the game, you know what I'm saying? And, unfortunately, he passed, man, you know what I'm saying? Because, we do have history, you know what I'm saying? We do have history, and he's a great staple part of hip-hop and my projects, you know what I'm saying? And QB, you know what I'm saying? And, I felt that, eventually had that chance to chop it up, you know what I'm saying? I would have understanding, and we'd have moved on, you know what I'm saying? But I never got that shot, you know what I'm saying? So, I want him to rest in peace, you know what I'm saying? And his legacy gonna live on because Hav's still here, his kids are still here, you know what I'm saying? Infamous Mob still going, bars and hooks still going. So he left his legacy in good hands. Wow.
So you definitely wanted to clear things up with him if he was still alive.
Yeah, I ain't never had no real beef. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never had no beef. You know what I mean? But just for face value. You know what I'm saying?
It's February 5th, 2022, and Havoc and Styles P appear on Drink Champs, and Nori asks Havoc to address the allegations that he beat up Tragedy Gaddafi over the CNN and Mobb Deep beef. Havoc said Prodigy may have remembered things differently or heard something and it morphed, but Havoc never swung on Tragedy. Nori goes on to keep bringing up the topic to get him to address the root of the issues between CNN and Mobb Deep, and it's revealed that Havoc and Capone were sleeping with the same girl, and Havoc felt the way, and it led to a bunch of street incidents, and Nori reveals this actually happened after LA had already been recorded. Nori reveals as much as he loved Mobb Deep, he had to choose his people, and both sides seem to regret the issues as they believe they could have done much more together. When it comes to these beefs, we have to remember we only know information that has been made public. There are always things that happen behind the scenes we don't know. I think this is a lesson about how these issues can blow up from something so small, and so much time can be wasted that we can never get back. Imagine if Mobb Deep and CNN spent all that time working together instead of beefing. Sad to say, we will never know. Rest in peace to Prodigy. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Put your thoughts down in the comments and make sure you like and subscribe and stay connected with Panda Chop Chronicles. Peace!